Yes, people. How are we all doing? And welcome all to the West Ham versus Liverpool preview. Obviously, this is the biggest game of the day. West Ham versus Liverpool, the mighty clash between the two biggest teams that are playing today. I can't keep it going. I can't keep going. But yeah, we are here previewing Liverpool versus West Ham. Big game for us. The landscape of our situation has massively changed. We'll say that much. The landscape of our situation has massively changed. We have a real shot at top four, I believe. I believe there is a world where Liverpool can go and snatch top four. When I look at the form that we've got, when I look at the way that we're playing, when I look at just everything that I'm seeing, really, everything that I'm seeing this team do, when I'm looking at it, when I'm seeing it, I'm very impressed. I've got something to cling on to. I mean, Forest wasn't a great defensive display. I'm not going to sit there and deny that. Forest wasn't fantastic defensively, but attacking wise, I saw a lot of positives. Diogo, Mo, Cody, all them smashed it on attacking. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, he has been absolutely immense in that midfield role. Trent Alexander-Arnold absolutely smashed it, and I'm loving seeing it. Obviously, the last stream I done was the Leeds preview, so I'd never got to review that game. What a game that was. Smashed it. Gave me a lot of confidence as well about what I'm seeing, what I'm watching us do. That performance encapsulates everything I want to see from this Liverpool team now. And I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy with what I see. Big ups Kurdish in the comments on the TikTok. I love a good fuzzy shit, what can I say? But let's get to the comments over on the YouTube. White kit curse means only one thing. The white kit curse does massively worry me. But, have I got it? It's in my other room. I've got me white kit. I ordered a white kit at the start of the season. I didn't believe we'd be this bad, innit? So I've got a Fabio Carvalho white kit. Look at how well that went. Big up yourself, Steve. Big up yourself, Jake. We are 100% losing because we're wearing that white kit. There's a first time for every win. That's all I'll say. There's a first time to win everything. There's a first time to win everything. And that's what we're trying to get today. Big up yourself, Ryan. Big up yourself, Taron. The white kit curse. Am I the only one who believes that we're going to break this white kit curse today? Am I the only one that believes that we're going to, break them all, break the odds, and actually get the win in the white kit? Is this confidence that I've got misguided? I just believe I'm watching this team play at the minute. No kit curse is going to get in our way. No kit curse is going to stop us. That's all I'll say. I didn't see Liverpool Forest since it wasn't on the telly. Was it a good performance and deserved win or lucky win? We played well. We just didn't defend very well because throw-ins. I never want to go back to that game because of the throw-ins I was watching. I felt like we were up against prime Rory Delap and Stoke with the amount of throw-ins they were putting in that we couldn't deal with. But at the end of the day, I'm not looking for fantastic performances in these games. What I'm after now is seeing these games where we win, because I believe that we can get top four. If we couldn't get top four, then I'd 100% be looking for the performances. But we can get top four. I do believe that there's a world where we get top four. And to get top four, we just need to keep on winning. So I'm not really too bothered about performances per se. In the TikTok, Luke McAndrew, Nikki says the French Roy to laugh, no run up to his man. That's honest to God, it was like, them catapults that they used to have in the medieval days. It was like just watching one of them get rolled up to the sideline and chucked in every time. Van Dijk couldn't win a header. Canati couldn't win a header. It was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. My score prediction will come at the end of the stream, LFC DJ, just before I finish up. I've got to make sure that people stay around. You get what I mean? Ryan, I can't lie. I've been batting Nunes defensively on Twitter today. My word, the Nunes stands are crazy. It depends what you're after, though. Like, I'm happy with what I've seen from Nunes. I'm really happy with what I've seen from Nunes. I think there's a lot to give me confidence about with Nunes. Has he been as good as Haaland? No. Has he been what some people expected? No. But I'm happy with what we've got so far from Nunes. But I am going to need, before you just think I'm settling for it, no, I'm going to need improvements next year. But considering the circumstances of his move and everything, I'm happy with what I've got. If you're not happy, that's fine. But I'm happy. What part of Ormskirk are you from? I'm not from Ormskirk. I'm from Garston, the lovely part of Garston. No Canati tonight, apparently. Oh, yippee, more Joe Gomez. 1-0 loss tonight, I reckon, according to Ryan. I reckon there's going to be... I'll save mine. I can't lie, as long as Jürgen doesn't play Josh on the left, I'm fine with Jota then. Diogo Jota's been fantastic on the left. Diogo Jota's been brilliant. I don't get this Diogo Jota hate league that you got, Ryan. Diogo Jota's been absolutely fantastic. And I want to keep him starting. I want to make sure that he starts this game. If anything, I know that Canati might be out, which is massively disappointing. But I'd want to keep, the same sort of structure as the team. I want to see Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson in the back three. I'd want to see Trent and Fabinho or Thiago in that midfield. I want to see Elliott. I want to see Jones. And I want to see the same front three. The same front three that's got, 9 goals in 2 games or 8 goals in 2 games. That's good numbers. That is good numbers. Big of yourself, UM. I think top 4 will get in the way. Will be the way it is in Liverpool. Will get Europa League. No. See, I just think there's something with United. I think the injuries and everything, there's going to be a door that opens, and we've got to make sure that we capitalise. When Liverpool beat Leeds, I thought if Liverpool done it one more often. That's been the story of our season, Steve, mate. The story of our season. West Ham are on form. 4-0 scored a scorpion kick against Bournemouth. I mean, yeah, but most teams beat Bournemouth. We're the only ones who couldn't beat Bournemouth. You get what it is. Big up yourself, Ozan Kabak. Is it the white kit? It is, unfortunately. But I got confidence. To be fair, I don't think Forest did much to us in open play, but those long throw-ins were horrible. We couldn't defend our box properly. Oh, Ryan, they were horrific. They were absolutely awful. Just watching the Akite throw them in. Oh, it was just one after another. Couldn't deal with it, man. We couldn't deal with it. Virgil van Dijk, all these players that we have at the back that are supposed to be able to deal with this stuff, they just could not deal with it. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. How many Suarez shirts do I have? Just that one. I've been dying to get a 2013-14 one though, but I can never find them. I can never find them in good condition. And Jake again suggesting that Canati isn't in the squad. Well, if Canati's not in the squad then, which is massively disappointing and does spark a whole other conversation to be had about buying another centre-back because we can't keep relying on Canati, who's just inevitably not going to be fit. If we're in this situation, what do we do then? What do we do in terms of this starting lineup today? I think you've got to keep pretty much the exact basis of the team. So I'm going Ali in goal. I'm going Joe Gomez right centre-back because I need pace out there. The whole point of that right centre-back at the minute is being covering Trent Alexander-Arnold. When Trent moves in, you need someone to move out wide and cover. The whole point of that is you need someone quick to do that. Joe Matip's good on the ball. That's fine. Joe Matip's good on the ball. But that pace is going to be a problem. I'm just going to get the line up here so we can discuss it now. We'll see if I agree with it or not. Where is it? There we go. Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Jones, Salah, Gakpo, Jota. Oh, Jürgen, you do this to me every time, Jürgen, man. You're so close to goodness. You're so close to greatness, Jürgen. You're so close. It's there. It's touching. And you throw it away with stuff like Matip at right centre-back. Matip is not supposed to be the right centre-back in this system. He shouldn't be. You need pace out there. What is Joel Matip going to do in a foot race? What is Joel Matip going to do in a foot race against a Bowen or an Antonio? What are we going to achieve? Oh, and Henderson again. Henderson has stunk up the gaff week in, week out. Can we not see Thiago start? Fabinho as well. It's a bit of a risk considering, he's close to missing out on 2 games. I would have went for Thiago. I don't agree with that lineup. I do not agree with that lineup at all. I would have went Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Thiago, Elliott, Jones, Salah, Gakpo, Jota. The front three is fine. I can back the front three. I like the front three. But the rest I don't agree with. The rest I really, really don't agree with. Curtis Jones has been good. If you know me, you know I've been on loads of streams with the likes of Hassam, and I've had to run the Curtis Jones Defence League. And I'm finally getting my dues for the Curtis Jones Defence League. He is a solid little player. He is a solid little player, and I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see it. Got enough from Matip a few years ago on a free, way past it now. 100%. 100%. I mean, this game, I thought the system was crying out for Gomez, but hopefully Matip proves me wrong. Hopefully Joel Matip proves me wrong. Thoughts on the new signing? Lucky. I saw that today. It's a stupid team. It's a stupid name. It's funny. It's funny. I'll raise it. I'll raise it. Klopp said we'd make changes and he keep the same 11. The only change he's made is an enforced one. Antonio Feast today, Antonio Brace. I'll be interested to see if he gets a brace, I'll say that much. Because I don't rate Michael Antonio very highly. What's West Ham's team? Has West Ham's team been released yet? Has it been released? Let's have a little look here. We are looking at anything. See, look, their teams don't leak like ours. Our teams leak early every time. I can't remember the last time I saw a West Ham team leak. It doesn't happen. So I don't know the West Ham team yet. I don't know the West Ham team yet. But when that comes out, I'll drop it in. I feel like Klopp has thrown in the towel with Nunes. Feels like he's lost patience. It's a concern. I don't think he has. I don't think he has at all. I think this is really this happened. Diogo Jota's in fantastic form. Cody Gakpo's in fantastic form. Mo Salah's in fantastic form. You can't realistically drop any of them. You can't. That's the thing. Let's say Cody Gakpo struggles for a couple of games, or Jota now goes on a couple of games where he has a barren run. Then you'll watch Nunes come back in. He has not lost faith with Nunes. I don't believe he has at all. I believe that Klopp still has a lot of faith in Darwin, and it's just about letting these players who are in form play through the form. This is fine. I'm not worried in the slight. If you're worried, that's fine, but I don't believe he's lost faith at all. I don't believe it at all. Jota and open play on the left is Meady. Both his goals against Forest were set pieces. Okay, both his goals against Leeds were from open play. So, yes, he scored 2 set pieces. He also scored 2 open play. It doesn't make sense. Right, if you're going to come, Ryan, if you're going to try and run an agenda, you've got to have solid backing for your agenda. At the end of the day, 50% of his goals have been from open play. So it's not Meady. Not really a rotated side, I'll be real. I agree. I thought there'd be a little bit more rotation. I really did. West Ham 1, Liverpool 3 if Nunes starts instead of Gakpo. See, I disagree. I think Cody Gakpo is so important for this team at the minute. I think what Cody Gakpo brings his team, this is a team that's played with a false 9 for ages, and we haven't adapted well without one. So he's able to drop into this false 9 role, and say it quietly with me, he's physically better than Bobby. He's 100% physically better than Bobby. It gives us a completely different dynamic in that role. He's got loads more strength. He's quicker than Bobby. He's got more height. I think he's got a better shot on him as well. He doesn't have the dribbling. He doesn't have the passing. But I'm liking what I see from Gakpo. I don't want to drop him. And I certainly don't want to put Nunes up front on his own, because then you're going to sacrifice too much of his game. He's going to end up spending too much time trying to drop deep and link up, which isn't his style. You need to go let Darwin Nunes be Darwin Nunes and cook and do what he wants. That's what you've got to do. James Pearce in the dressing room with the lads as always. Henderson needs to be the first player out of the club. Yeah, I mean, we know what he won't be. We know Jordan Henderson won't be, but I do think it's past it. I think his time has been and gone, really. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find the West Ham lineup now. Where is it? West Ham. There we go. He's probably on the bench with Diaz and Nunes. No, Canate, we're in trouble. I think we would have been all right if he went Gomez, but going with Matip, I don't agree with at all. One thing I noticed in the last game is the left hand side of Jota Jones and Robbo. There was fluidity there. Yeah, they've got chemistry, and I think Diaz coming in, he doesn't have that chemistry yet. That's my worry with it. I think Jota, Jones, Robert has really good link-ups, and I think that's what we need down our wing, especially if we're pushing Trent inside more. Do you know Alex Scott is? I do, a young Bristol City lad. I think he's a very good little player. I just don't want us to sign him as one of the key players who we pick up this window, because we need to pick up recognised first-team players, not more young players to take a punt on almost. But the West Ham lineup was Lucas Fabianski, Kufal, Kurt Zuma, Naif Hagwed, Aaron Cresswell, Declan Rice, Thomas Suchek, Lucas Paqueta, Saeed Benrahma, Jared Bowen, and Michael Antonio. Oh, I forgot they've got Danny Ings. Oh, it just screams Danny Ings off the bench, don't it? Oh, they've benched Fornals, which is a shock because Fornals loves a goal against us. That's a beatable team now. That's a beatable team. I don't rate Suchek at all. And I think we can really target their fullbacks. I think he can really target the fullbacks. Thiago should be starting. I agree. I think it should have been Thiago, Henderson, Elliott today. I think it should have been Thiago, Elliott, Jones today, personally. Do you think Klopp will still invert Trent with Matip having to cover that side? He has to. We can't change our system to accommodate for worse players. We have to play a system that fits the best players. And Joel Matip's just going to have to put up with it. Joel Matip's going to have to do something that he might not be comfortable with, but he's going to have to do it for the betterment of the team. Henderson starting again. I've had enough, man. Carvalho made the bench. Oh, yes. Fabio. I might actually be able to get the shirt out. I might be able to get the shirt out. What are we on here? Jones from 5 should have been rested, especially Fabinho if he gets a yellow, he misses the Spurs game. I agree with the Fabinho one, but I don't think you should be resting Curtis Jones at this point. The kid's clearly a confidence player. He's clearly a confidence player, and these confidence players just need to keep playing and playing and playing. And he's in really good form for the first time in a number of in at least a year. I can't see us dropping Curtis Jones at the minute. I really can't. Fancy Jacob Murphy from Newcastle? No, I'm all right. I'll pass on Jacob, although he did score 2 wonderful goals against Tottenham on the weekend, which was annoying because we needed Newcastle to lose. And of course, to go and get 5 inside 20 minutes. It's the history of the Tottenham. The history of the Tottenham. Gakpo deserves a start. Links up, played really well. I 100% agree. I think he's the key to that attack at the minute. I think he really is the most important part of our attack at the minute. Worried about Benrahma v Trent. Benrahma Trent doesn't worry me. I think it's more so the Saeed Benrahma against John Matip matchup that worries me, because if John Matip gets isolated against Benrahma, it's scary times. It's scary times, and not for West Ham, I'll say that much. Carvalho back on the bench, it's a miracle. I agree. Rice and Paqueta will control that midfield. Yeah, but I don't know who's going to be the pressure onto Trent. If they don't press Trent, we'll control it because Trent's just so much better. Why are we new right centre back ASAP? This is ridiculous. How is Slow Matip going to play that role when he's so slow? He should have went Gomez. We need a new right centre back. I've got names that I'd throw out there for it, but he should have went Gomez today, 100%. For Fabio Carvalho, he might get some minutes off the bench today. I'm going to take what I can get with Fabio and take the minutes I'm going to get off the bench. Ings going to score. It just screams. It does. Honestly, it does. It does. I agree with Matip over Gomez. I don't see how, really. Not sure what West Ham turns up. If they turn up like they did versus Newcastle or Arsenal, I still think Liverpool win, but I see it being a tight victory. We should be good enough to get the job done against West Ham. We should be. If we have hopes of getting this top 4, which I believe we can get, we have to be doing the job against West Ham. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, we have to be getting the job done against the likes of a West Ham. And the team we put out there is good enough. I trust the attack. I trust Jota. I trust Gakpo. I trust Salah. I need a big, big game from Virgil van Dijk tonight. If there is no Konate, I'm going to need a big game from Virgil van Dijk to really lead by example, to really set the benchmark, to really carry us through. We need to fall back on Virgil van Dijk's brilliance tonight. He needs to step up and prove to us why he is so brilliant, why we rate him so, so highly. Fabinho will miss the Spurs game if he gets booked in FPL. Yeah, that's why I would have went Thiago. I would have went Thiago in a bit of a deeper role and let Thiago and Trent cook together, because I'm so desperate to see at least a full half of Thiago and Trent together. Could you imagine just the domination of them two working together? Oh, it'd be beautiful scenes. It would be absolutely beautiful scenes. They won 3-2 last year in London Stadium. They did. A horrible game to watch that one. Whereas Darwizzi, man, he's in my FPL. You can't drop Jota and Gakpo at the minute. You can't drop Josh and Gakpo. Where are we up to here? Where are we up to? I'm going to watch Henderson off the ball move for 90 minutes. What have I done to deserve this? Is why I like Cases. Off the ball is very good and provides space for Mo. Naby Keita is crap. I'm going to be playing this. Naby Keita is awful. I cannot stand Naby Keita anymore. I'm sick to death of Naby Keita. I don't think I can say it anymore about Naby Keita. I just cannot stand Naby Keita. What I would like to see is Harvey Elliott. I think that role that we played Harvey Elliott in at the start of the season, where he was struggling a little bit, he was making weird movements. This is the role that he's needed for now. This one right here, this 3-2-4-1 is exactly the role that we need to put Elliott in, but they're not going to put Elliott in it because they're going to stick with Henderson, who is awful, god awful, had another stinker against Nottingham Forest, cost us the second goal because he told Nunes to stop marking Gibbs White and go mark someone else because he'll take Morgan Gibbs White. He's captain, he leads by example. Wait. And then lost Morgan Gibbs White. Joke, man. Thoughts on what striker United need to sign? I haven't really given much thought. I don't like United. I think you need a striker of a Gabriel Jesus ilk, though. Someone who can do the link up. Otherwise, you'll sacrifice the good parts of Rashford again. Weghorst is an all right. Weghorst is the right profile, just not anywhere near a good enough player. But that type of profile, a link up striker first, is what you need. When was the last time Matip started the game? I'm worried. I can't lie. When was it? Let me go have a little look. It was I know it was. It was. What was the one after Everton? Newcastle. So it was Everton. Everton at home was the last game Joe Matip started. Or was it? Did he start Newcastle? He might start Newcastle away. I can't remember. Well, if we can't beat West Ham, we don't deserve top four. I agree. I ain't got a Jota agenda. Just don't rate his overall performance on the left. Prefer him in the middle. I prefer him in the middle. I think he should be in the middle. I think that's where you get the best poaching aspect. But to say he's meaty out on the left, I don't agree with. Big up yourself, Bash. Thoughts on Osimhen? Fantastic striker. I think he's going to go Bayern though. I really think he's going to go Bayern. You're nice to have enough creative players. They need a killer up front. Yes and no, because I think it depends on what style you want to build up through. We wouldn't work with a killer up front because of Salah and Mane. If you can get a killer up front who can still create the space for Rashford, you're onto something. But you can't buy a striker who's going to take Rashford's opportunities. That's got to be something that you're wary of. To be fair, Gomez is absolutely shocking at defending set pieces. I agree. But Joe Matip isn't much better at them either. Joe Matip really isn't much better at them either. I like Gakpo a lot. I think he's got a great future for us. 100%. People who doubt Cody Gakpo at the minute, they're crazy. They're absolutely crazy. Cody Gakpo has a big, big future at this football club. Massive future at this football club. Fabinho's 100% going to get booked. I think he's got to be very careful. He's got to be very, very, very careful. What are we saying here? Matip and Gomez having a chuckle off this season. It's Ice Spice versus Bambi on Ice. We went for Bambi on Ice today. Why am I not at the game? Because it's in London and I'm in Liverpool, so it's a bit tough. If they have a Jesus-style player, they have Rashford excellently. That would be two players that don't score. Rashford score. It's very hard to buy a striker for this United team, especially since you've got Fernandes, who's a big goal-scoring midfielder as well. I think people disregard that part. Thiago and Trent will cook 100%. Rice, Marauden runs. Oh, that's where Fabinho's going to get. He's going to 100% hack him down on one of them Marauden runs. For God's sake, you put the idea in my head now. Is Kaká in the top 5 midfielders of all time? Kaká is in the top 5, but he's in my top 5 because I absolutely love watching Ricardo Kaká. I absolutely loved watching him. Like bear in mind, being born in 2001, my first memories of Champions League football, watching the back end of that Milan team, watching Kaká cook United was one of the most fun memories I have of Champions League. So I have so much love for Ricardo Kaká. So much love. Keita ain't crap. He's just injury prone, but always said this Keita needs to play Thiago. Remove Thiago. Keita's bad, but with Thiago, he's elite. Again, no, I don't think he fits this team. I really don't. I think Keita's time has been and gone, and I'm more than happy to see him go. I'm sick to death of Naby Keita. Chelsea, Stamford Bridge. Yeah, Matip starts at Chelsea. Yeah, when But after that though, it was Thingyo. It was Everton. Like I said, it was Everton. Will we ever stop playing that high line that does nothing for us? The high line does things for us. The high line is what allows us to sustain attacks, really. It sustains attacks. I mean, when you look into it, you've got to look at it that way. We naturally will end up having a high line because we're so far up the pitch. I'd back the high line, the players just simply aren't performing it well enough. We need better players for it, but I don't want to see us get rid of the high line per se. He's no auxiliary striker, as I like to say, has attributes of both sides of the game, up mainly as a striker rather than a winger. I agree on Cody Gakpo, 100% there. Massive stars to Waiter Palace. Did he? Again, it's been that. They weren't very memorable performances, should we say? They weren't very memorable ones. What else we got? What else we got here? When's your birthday? Yep, 2001. Asking Fabinho to be careful is like asking Curtis to criticise man. He's mad on it. Is Gerrard in my top 5 midfielders of all time? My personal list, yeah. I think he's top 10 of all time overall as well. Which would you want out of Tonali or Barella? Probably Barella. I don't think we need Tonali's profile yet. I think we can get a different type of profile. City or Arsenal? City, easy. They're getting that job done. Yep, you're all right, Chris. Come on, you lines. Yep. Mm-hmm. Xavi, Iniesta, Pirlo, Mateus, Zidane, De Bruyne, all better than Kaká. That's just a start. I prefer Kaká over De Bruyne, but I think De Bruyne is a better player. I'll give you that. What are we here? Barella all day. Oh, that wasn't Gakpo. Oh, Jota. Yeah, Jota's. I think Diogo Jota is a fantastic little poacher, and I think as a winger, he's crude. Is the best word I can describe. He was crude. He doesn't look very good as a winger. He looks very jumpy. He looks very weird with it, should we say? He doesn't look like a fantastic winger, but he is a effective winger. And for me, I've always been effectiveness is what I value most. If you're effective, I don't care if you look like you've never kicked a football in your life. If you're able to get me 20 goals a season, I'm taking that over someone who looks like they've played football but gets about 10, 5 to 10 on a good season. Like that's just simply not worth it for me. That's simply not worth it. What's everyone saying about this Chelsea lineup? What's everyone saying about that Chelsea? Wait, it's not that bad, is it? Because they're playing Brentford, and Brentford are in and around us. This Chelsea lineup isn't. Where is it? Kepa, Fofana, Thiago Silva, Chalobah, Azpilicueta, Enzo, Kante, Kovacic, Chilwell, Gallagher, and Sterling. What the? Oh, Frank's just chucking anything out there. Frank is just chucking anything out there. Anything out there. I don't think we are quick enough to recover with the high line. I think we're quick enough. We're just not proactive enough. I don't get our fan base why they always hating on Jones. If you don't rate him, fine, but stop with the hate. Yeah, I completely agree. I think Curtis Jones deserves a little bit more respect on his name. I think he deserves a little bit more respect. So basically, Jota is better than Mudryk. Jota's better than a lot of wingers in this league, but people don't like that. In all honesty, to his standards, Konate was awful against Nottingham Forest, 100%. He really wasn't great against Nottingham Forest. I don't think Van Dijk was great against Nottingham Forest. I think our best player, our best defender against Forest was Robertson, because I don't count Trent for it, even though Trent was, again, solid if you want to judge him by the right-back defending part of it. There's no doubt the high line has been very effective for us over the years. We just don't have the players to do it at the minute. I agree. Henderson shouldn't have been starting this game. Does not. And why not put Thiago, Jones, and Fabinho, or even Elliott? Because Jordan Henderson wears a captain's armband, and Jurgen Klopp doesn't drop his captain for whatever reason. Gakpo go for Liverpool at first. Thought he was going Man United. I mean, most people did, but he's been fantastic. I'm more than happy we got it. I think Man City will beat Arsenal 2-1 and 1-1. Chelsea, Brentford. Chelsea are not scoring. If that's their team, Chelsea are not scoring. Jones deserves respect, especially in his last couple of games. I agree. Is Reece James injured again, not on their bench? Yep, Reece James is injured again. If we don't win tonight, what are you saying, Tom? I believe we can get top 4. I'll put it out there plainly. I believe that we can get top 4. But us getting top 4 is solely reliant on us winning each and every one of our games at this point in the season. If we drop points once, then it's done for. But I believe that Man United will drop enough points to open the door for us, and that 71 points might just be enough. It's wishful thinking, but what are we if we're not wishful in this? What are we if we're not wishful in the sport? People agendas really stink with Jones. People want out because he's a top Reds player. You need players like Curtis Jones in your squad. That's the be all end all. That's the be all end all of it. And we need minimum 70 points. Yeah, I mean, look, we win every game, we get 71. It's a pipe dream because I think both Newcastle and United are fantastic this year. But I think it is a major pipe dream. But when I look at United running, there's games there. There's Brighton away. There's Tottenham away. There's Villa at home. There's West Ham away. You know, there's some dodgy games in there for them that, considering they've got no Martinez or Varane for the rest of the season, it's ropey. It is very, very ropey. Yes, he plays. I was out about Reece James. Yeah. So I've been going for half an hour. I'm gonna call it quits here. Go sort myself out some food and some stuff. But I'm not gonna leave you without a score prediction, am I? I'm not gonna leave you without a score prediction. So, what do I reckon the score will be between Liverpool and West Ham today? I reckon it's gonna be. Do I go mental? Do I go absolutely mental with it? You know what? Yeah, why not? With here one 4-0 Liverpool, a demolition job. 4-0 Liverpool. That is what the score will be today. 4-0. But that's where I'm gonna leave it. Gonna love yous and leave yous. If you're new here and you're not already, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the content. If you're watching on TikTok, you're not already, make sure you hit that follow button so you're notified of all the videos, all the streams, etc., etc. Socials are down in the description of the YouTube video. Make sure you're following all them up. I will be back here tomorrow for the reaction to Liverpool West Ham, and I will see you all in a bit. Diogo Jota hat-trick today. We are all for.